This is North Dakota Today.
Good morning. Welcome to North Dakota Today. I'm Anna Johnson.
And I am Phoenix O'Connor.
And it's finally Friday.
Yes.
All week I think we've been like Friday Eve, Friday, or like Thursday Eve, like every day. It's just been crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we all got that alert. Kind of at least woke me up,
Yes.
you know, keeping in mind my bedtime's like 5 or 6 p.m. So I think there's a lot to talk about. Did you see all the funny memes that's going all around?
I did, and actually I was at church, and everybody's phone went off, and it was like 7:59 or something, and it said snow squall at 8, and our worship director was like, what does that even mean? And there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he said that, we turned around and it was like wall of snow.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I got that alert around 7, and I was in a meeting, and I dodged right out of there and went straight home. But I've heard that when you get that alarm, you got to stay put to where you're at. So with more information, we have our meteorologist, Lisa Green. She's going to kind of break down a little bit more about this squall that everyone needs to know about.
Hey, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, you know, this is something that's happened from time to time. It's more common in other parts of the country, but we do get them here. And the difference between a snow squall and a blizzard is, well, space and time. We are looking at a very small area of snow that's moving through pretty quickly, and it doesn't last very long like a blizzard does, but it still creates some of the same conditions. If we can compare it to something, I would compare it to a summer thunderstorm. Those aren't very large. They move in pretty quickly, and it was kind of along a line that we often see thunderstorms move through or form as they move through. And it moves through very quickly. It gets intense for a bit, and then it moves on very fast. But its impacts can be really great when it's happening. So that's basically what our definition of a snow squall is. It's sudden onset, just like you were talking about, Anna. 1 minute it's fine, the next minute it's a wall of snow. You get that intense burst of falling snow and wind with it, and that leads to whiteout conditions very suddenly and rapidly deteriorating road conditions as well. So that's going to be the biggest factor with this. And the reason you got an alert on your phone is because a lot of times this impacts people out on the roads, and not all of us are. Hopefully you're not looking at your phone and keeping an eye on the radar while you're driving, and so that alert alerts those folks to maybe pull off, be prepared to run into from one moment clear conditions, and maybe you see a cloud in the distance. Well, that might actually be that snow squall. You don't want to run into that and then have everybody in front of you be stopped as well. That leads up to those pileups we hear about from time to time. So that's why you got that alert on your phone with that snow squall. This is something, this warning, snow squall warnings have been issued in other parts of the country, but it's the first time that we've had that issued here. So that's why a lot of people were caught off guard and confused about what was going on and what was happening. So mainly meant for anybody who's going to be traveling or who are on the road. So if you get that alert next time, you want to delay travel. Let that snow squall pass. They don't last very long. Let that pass, and then things should be better for you, though there may be some snow on the road behind that. I want to show you it moving through Fargo last night. We got a time lapse of it on our Luther Family Ford Skycam. And again, short duration. We're going to start this at 7:45. It's going to pause at about 8:10 or so here, and we're watching for conditions to be changing. Notice the road's clear, things are looking okay visibility-wise, but now let's move forward over to the next 10-15 minutes or so. Here it comes, slams the camera here, that wind really coating the camera with that snow. This is a little after 8. And then it clears out almost as quickly as it moved in, and we're left with that line of, or that area of snow and tire tracks there with somebody trying to drive through that. So that's an example of what you might experience if you're out traveling during one of these snow squall events. So yeah, it was kind of a surprise to get that warning, I'm sure, for a lot of folks who were in the path of this, but always good to be up to date on that and know what's coming your way too. So next time you get it, hopefully it won't be so confusing, and you know what to do next time it comes through.
Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate that explanation. And being from Michigan, I feel like lake effect snow was kind of like that.
Sure.
Like it was just like nothing, all of a sudden wall, gone again.
For me, I came from Texas. I remember getting thunderstorm squalls.
Yes.
That's what it was. So I'm like, I've heard this squall before, but I just didn't know where it was from. So
That's so crazy.
Well,
Thanks for joining us, Lisa. We always love to have you with us. Yeah, you can see actually one of our reporters at night, Aaron Walling, stepped out of the station just to kind of get a good video of that squall, so that's what you're looking at there on your screen.
Is that a time lapse or?
I think it's just a regular video, although a time lapse would have been kind of cool. I probably should have thought of that.
But we can think about it next time if they happen. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Seems like this winter is never ending.
Oh no! Oh gosh, no. Speaking of something else that's cold, Van Leeuwen Ice Cream has a new partnership with Kraft Mac and Cheese for a creamy, cheesy ice cream.
You know,
I know
gotta
how I
say,
feel about that.
when I first heard about it, I said, "Oh my goodness, that sounds pretty not so tasty."
Yeah.
But really, when you think about it, like if you're going to make a homemade mac and cheese, what do you make it out of? Milk.
That's fair.
Which is like about the same
Yeah.
ingredients. So I could see it kind of tasting pretty good. Sometimes I really wonder who comes up with these ideas of putting different ingredients in
know.
what.
It's interesting. Maybe it's, maybe if it's a little bit salty, because then, people like that salted caramel flavor. So maybe if it's
the
got like
sweet
a
and
little bit
salty.
of savory in it. Apparently that, 3,500 Walmarts across the country. So likely in our area, they're going to start selling them. They're going to sell them for 10 weeks because apparently it's a promotional thing. And that's starting Monday, $4.98 a pint, which is probably fair for that. But I mean, they do a lot of other flavors too. Obviously mac and cheese, Planet Earth, no idea what that is. Pizza flavor.
And hot honey.
Hot
and
honey.
royal wedding cake. Ooh, that would be really
Yes,
good.
royal wedding cake for sure. Hot honey, yes. Pizza, don't know.
I don't know about hot honey. I've tried honey, but what is hot honey?
I have no idea.
Especially with ice cream.
Right.
Royal wedding cake, that would be really, really, really sweet. I love sweet stuff, but I just can't handle too much of it. It just,
Yeah, oh yeah.
I just don't
maybe
like too much
royal.
sweet.
Maybe hot honey is like spicy.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would.
That
That kind of makes
could be a
sense.
thing.
A
But
little cake
ooh,
in there.
yeah, I don't know about savory flavored ice creams. Now, when I was in high school, we studied Japan and like the language and everything, the culture.
Ooh.
They're big fans of just bizarre flavors of ice cream. Like squid was a big thing at that time.
Green tea. I have
Yeah,
the
green tea is doable.
I can do
could
green
do
tea.
green tea. I don't know about like fish flavored ice creams. I feel like that's a no from me.
Yep, I'll probably go
But-
that as well. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some
I
people
mean,
like
right.
anchovies.
Well, that being said, I mean, keep an open mind. Like, would I try it? Yes. If we can find it next week, we will bring it to North Dakota today. We'll try it together live for the first time.
Fish ice cream?
No, mac and cheese ice cream.
Mac and cheese ice cream. Okay, we'll have to go
Fish
shopping
is
for that.
still not sure about the fish.
Okay.
Mac and cheese, though, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, well, we have lots more to come.
We do.
We have an exciting show. I believe we're going to be talking about the Fargo Film Festival.
Oh my gosh, so much
coming
cool
up,
stuff.
and also
Daylight savings.
Daylight savings time. So we'll have all that for you up next. Here's
will.
your local steals and deals.